Xbox is becoming a giant player in gaming very quickly. They have unique strategies that have garnered them a lot of success in taking gaming into a new direction. Now, with the addition of new services on Xbox, the brand takes yet another step forward into a new status quo. Let's discuss this new hot product and bold competitive direction for Xbox right now. What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning back in. I am Centurion1307, the guy that hides behind a big-ass microphone filter playing peekaboo or hide-and-go-seek. But today we're going to have a little bit of a remix of everything, and I am going to go back to my roots and do what I love, and that is screw, chop, and edit up some gameplay and game trailers for you to enjoy and just provide some good old-fashioned eye candy. So pull up a chair, grab your popcorn, and let's have some fun and start this show. Xbox has made a presence in the gaming industry with their unique approach to handling first-party studios. With this approach, Xbox is pushing the brand with more innovative, more creative, and more unique gaming titles than the competition. Of course, you can't always hit a home run every time and light the internet on fire with every title produced, with recent examples like Arcane Austin's Redfall, Ninja Theory's Bleeding Edge, and you could even say 343 with Halo Infinite have all fell just a little short with expectations. But a few missteps can't overshadow the real success Xbox has had with allowing their first-party developers to have flexibility and creative freedom in crafting an experience the developer is passionate about. This has led to titles like Undead Labs' State of Decay 2, Rare's Sea of Thieves, Tango Games' Hi-Fi Rush, Obsidian's Outer Worlds and Grounded, and Ninja Theory's Hellblade. With Microsoft's acquisition of these studios, the developers are able to comfortably focus on crafting more unique experiences they are passionate about, like Ninja Theory's continuation of psychological experiences in Hellblade 2 and Project Mara, Playground Games with Fable, Undead Labs with State of Decay 3, and Compulsion Games' South of Midnight. These are all great games in past, present, and future, and with Xbox's other big unique advantage over the competition, you will be able to experience all of these titles for years to come. That being said, there is a much larger systemic issue going on in the gaming industry today. This brings us to a topic that hits close to home for many of us in the older gaming crowd. Did you know that a staggering 87% of classic video games are now considered critically endangered? It is true. A recent study by the Video Game History Foundation and Software Preservation Network revealed this alarming truth. As a gamer who grew up with the thrill of exploring the virtual worlds, this news has me genuinely concerned. I bet many of you out there remember the excitement of playing your first ever console game. For me, that was on the OG Nintendo with obviously Mario and Kirby. The memories, countless adventures, and endless hours of fun. And yet I'm still making new memories today with all the new titles that get released in the gaming industry today. But now we face a harsh reality. The fate of these classic video games, like the ones on the Game Boy and Commodore 64, are hanging by a thread. Availability is dwindling, and restrictive copyright laws make it challenging for cultural institutions to preserve and share these gems just like they do with books and film. Imagine a world where future generations can't experience the thrills of classic games like Nintendo's Eternal Darkness, King's Quest, or Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, just to name a few classic older titles. But what about titles that come out today? Will they still be around for future generations to experience? It's honestly heartbreaking to think about, isn't it? These games are an essential part of our gaming heritage, a window to our cultural history of play. Now here's the real catch, only the most popular games get re-released. And while video games rake in a jaw-dropping $170 billion globally, they lack the legal exemptions needed for us to preserve them properly. The gaming industry is huge, but our beloved classics are slipping through the cracks. But fret not, my friends, there is hope on the horizon. A critical discussion over video game copyright law is scheduled for 2024, and we need to make our voices heard. We can't let 87% of our cherished gaming history vanish into thin air. So let's stand together, united as gamers and fans of Xbox and other platforms. Let us raise awareness about the significance of preserving our gaming heritage. Together, we can make a difference, ensuring that future generations will get to relish in the excitement and joy of these classic video games just like we did. Now, speaking of older games, let's dive into that age-old rivalry between Xbox and PlayStation, and one thing is becoming absolutely crystal clear. Xbox has a significant advantage over the PlayStation, and it all comes down to one key factor: true preservation of gaming past. It's no real big secret that both consoles have their pros and cons, but one aspect where Xbox truly shines is in backwards compatibility. And for those who may not be familiar, backwards compatibility allows you to play older generation of games on newer consoles, and guess what? Xbox Series consoles nail this. With the Xbox series of consoles, you can dive into your older collection without any worries on select titles. No need to keep every single console generation. Your beloved classics will work seamlessly on the newest Xboxes. And the best part, your save game files can be carried over so you can pick right up where you left off. Say goodbye to starting games from scratch. Xbox has been leading the way in this department for years, offering backwards compatibility that reaches back to the very first generation of Xbox games. That means you can enjoy a vast library of games from various eras, ensuring a delightful variety at your fingertips. To really show how Xbox not only nurtured backwards compatibility into what it is today, let's also talk about a big example of just how backwards compatibility is becoming a big tentpole in the future of the Xbox brand, and talk about an exciting development involving the Call of Duty franchise post-merger with Activision and the Gears of War Xbox 360 titles. Microsoft's strategy for the future is becoming quite clear, and that is to keep all Call of Duty games online all the time, no matter what generation of console they're on. And they started by fixing matchmaking servers from the Xbox 360 era, which has led to a big uptick in player engagement on older Call of Duty titles. But Microsoft didn't just stop at the Call of Duty franchise on the Xbox 360 just because they're acquiring Activision. They went further and even fixed the servers for the original Xbox 360 titles of Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. With Xbox sunsetting Xbox Live Gold and moving to Game Pass Core, Xbox is setting the narrative of Xbox not only being the place to play multiplayer on console, but also the place to play those multiplayer classics you love for years to come, no matter what generation they're on. While the PlayStation 5 may offer backwards compatibility with the PS4, it stops right there. The Xbox Series X and the Series S go above and beyond this and open the doors to a wealth of gaming history spanning over the generations. So as the world of gaming evolves, the Xbox ecosystem stands tall with its incredible backwards compatibility and classic multiplayer revolution that keeps the excitement alive for players old and new. Now, other people have been paying attention with Xbox's success with backwards compatibility and preservation of their games, so others have taken notice and developed a one-of-a-kind service you need to know about called Antstream Arcade. This cross-platform retro game streaming service features a library of over 1,400 classic games, and according to Antstream's website, the streaming library currently consists of 1,470 legally licensed games. This library spans the 1980s, 1990s, and 2000s, featuring titles that debuted on the Amiga, Atari 2600, Commodore 64, Game Boy, Genesis, NES, PlayStation 1, and ZX Spectrum. Sure, not every title may be your cup of tea, but that's the beauty of Antstream. It doesn't limit itself to just great hits, it offers a diverse array of games, giving everyone a chance to discover hidden treasures and explore gaming's rich history. And for those willing to embrace the charm of older games, Antstream offers a world of possibilities, whether it's the energy of 1986's Technos arcade beat-em-up Renegade, the cutscenes of Bubble Bobble, or the challenge of the legendary shoot-em-up R-Type. There's something delightful for every classic gaming aficionado. What sets Antstream apart is the effort it makes to enhance your gaming experience. Beyond hosting close to 1,500 retro games, Antstream Arcade also encourages competition by giving players challenges to complete, global weekly tournaments to compete in-app medals for accomplishing specific goals in the games, and of course, leaderboards upon which to share your players' high scores. You can also connect a second controller to play with or against your friends and family from the couch. Antstream gives you 4 save slots for every game too, so you will never lose your progress. Now, I won't deny that Antstream has some areas to improve, like controller remapping and better discoverability for the extensive game library, but despite its small shortcomings, I'm thrilled that a service like this exists, providing legal access to a plethora of classic games. This service also doesn't break the bank and offers 2 different ways to get into all the fun. You can purchase the service for $30 a year, or you can buy it outright for a one-time fee of $80, which gives you lifetime access to the service. With a growing community of subscribers, Antstream can continue to refine its infrastructure, delivering these timeless games at their very best, so let's support this nostalgic treasure trove and celebrate gaming's rich heritage together. Now, to make this new service even better and really throw the icing on the proverbial cake, we have some exciting news for all the retro gaming enthusiasts out there that play on Xbox. Antstream Arcade will arrive on Xbox, bringing with its massive library of over 1,400 classic games from arcade hits to beloved gems of the past. Sure, there might be occasional issues like save game glitches and fleeting bitrate artifacting, but my fellow gamers, let's look at the bigger picture. Antstream's arrival on Xbox means more retro enthusiasts can join the fun, making the service grow and evolve into something truly remarkable. With this service on the Xbox console, it makes Xbox the true home for console backwards compatibility with access to the largest collection of older games than any other home console, hands down. Sorry, Intellivision. Finally, my friends, let's just have some more nostalgic fun with a blast from the past with a new smelly product from Xbox. Get ready for a totally radical surprise with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Xbox controllers that actually smell like pizza. Cowabunga, dude. I've always wanted to sit around and just huff my controller and crave saturated carbs. In celebration of the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem movie in theaters releasing in August 2023, Microsoft is giving away exclusive Xbox wireless controllers that come with a built-in scent diffuser designed to deliver the delicious smell of New York pizza straight to your game time. But that's not all. These controllers sport 4 unique variations, one for each of the 4 heroes in a half shell: Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. With their names done in graffiti, profile pics, and iconic weapons, these controllers just ooze TMNT coolness. Now, to get your hands on one of these totally tubular controllers, follow the Xbox Game Pass Twitter account and retweet the sweepstakes tweet, but this also kinda stinks, no pun intended. I do really wish they would sell these beauties outright, as the look of them alone is very iconic, but maybe it's a good thing because I could also see some recreational customers chewing on the controller from the smell. And the fun does not stop there. The TMNT excitement extends to Minecraft as well. With a new DLC arriving on August 3rd, you can play as the Turtles, face off against Krang and Leatherhead enemies, and explore locations from the movie, including the hero's iconic sewer lair. Totally shell-shocking, right? So everybody, get ready to feel like a kid again, tickle that nostalgia bone, grab your gaming gear, indulge in the sin of pizza, and join the ninja fun with these TMNT-themed Xbox controllers. It's time to unleash your inner hero and battle the Foot Clan like never before. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's content and the topic of backwards compatibility and just how Xbox has really made themselves a powerhouse in the gaming industry by using backwards compatibility and also setting an industry standard, letting developers and publishers alike letting them know that they need to stop taking these classic gaming titles and throwing them in the trash after just getting a few years of use out of them and not making them readily available for generations of gamers to enjoy for years to come. So I really do look forward to the changes that can take place in the gaming industry and backwards compatibility becoming a much bigger norm for more than just Xbox. If you did enjoy today's content, please like, subscribe, comment down below, all that fun stuff that YouTube likes to see. It really helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate it. Also, on the end card of this video, please check out my latest video and explore my channel for other great content just like this. And as always, I just need to lead off with saying that just remember that the console war shenanigans are absolute dogma. Don't fall into the trap. Just play the games that you love on the platform you prefer. I am Centurion1307. Till next time we meet again, my friends, thank you for watching.